open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move.
तो हेलो 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 चैप्स, कैसे हो आप सब? मैं वापस आ चुका हूँ एक और न्यू लाइव स्ट्रीम के साथ। हम लोग का आज फिर से खेल रहे हैं गंशिन इम्पैक्ट। अभी थोड़ी देर कुछ कुछ समय पहले मैं वो खेला था, 4 घंटे या 5 घंटे पहले मैं आज नया गेम खेला था, प्रॉम नाइट। बहुत मजा, प्रॉम नाइट कह प्रॉम नाइट। बहुत ही मज़ा आया था उसको खेलने में, लेकिन उसका लाइट चली गई थी तो फिर मैंने सोचा कि यार छोड़ो, अभी इसको कंटिन्यू करेंगे तो फिर ये होगा कि 20 या 30 मिनट ही खेल पाऊंगा, इसका चला जाऊंगा तो कोई मतलब नहीं था। इसलिए मैंने उसको वहीं पे हटा रोक दिया। मैंने कहा कि ठीक चलो, उसको भी कंटिन्यू करेंगे हम लोग, चिंता ना करो, उसको भी खेलेंगे। अभी हम लोग गंशिन इम्पैक्ट खेलते हैं। एक सेकंड में देख लूँ सब कुछ चल रहा है कि नहीं। ओके, लेट्स गो। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही मेरे कीबोर्ड में वो पानी चला गया। मैं उसको ही साफ कर रहा था, ये तो थोड़ी देर पहले ही आता मैं। लेट्स गो। कल हम लोग ने ये वाला करेक्टर ले लिया था। कल क्या ही लगता हम लोग का, मज़ा ही आ गया था। ईटो ले लिया था हम लोग ने, और एक और करेक्टर था नीन जुआंग करके, कोई लड़की है, वो लिया था हम लोग ने। कल पहला ही लक, जैसे ही मैंने स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट की तभी मेरा लक कितना अच्छा हो गया था। अरे सोना का जादू था ये, देखो ये रही। देखो आ गई सोना। लेट्स गो गाइस। आज भी हम लोग आज प्रीमोजेम्स कलेक्ट करना है, जितना से कर सकते हैं उतना करेंगे, कोशिश करेंगे। और देखेंगे कि कितना हो पाता है हम लोग से। बाकी बाकी क्योंकि अभी इवेंट भी आने वाला है, आज नहीं शायद कल ही आने वाला है, 5 तारीख को। और कुछ ही घंटे में शायद 5 तारीख भी हो जाएगी, तो शायद आ जाए। मुझे पता नहीं है कि डायरेक्ट उसी टाइम आएगा कि नहीं आएगा, लेकिन फिर भी एक अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि आ जाएगा। और मेरे पास अभी एक भी प्रीमो जेम्स नहीं है, मैंने सारे यूज़ कर डाले थे विश के लिए। मैं दिखा देता हूँ, मैंने सारे विश कर डाले थे, एक बचा है मेरे पास, वो भी इसका बचा है। तो इसको भी खोल सकते हैं, लेकिन इसको रखा रहूँगा मैं, अभी यूज़ नहीं करने वाला। बाकी चलते हैं अभी। अभी इवेंट आने में टाइम है, इवेंट चला गया जितना था। ये एक इवेंट आया, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा ये क्या है, लेकिन इसको करेंगे। बाकी ये बोला है ना, कंप्लीट अ न्यू स्टार अप्रोचेस, ये वाला जो क्वेस्ट है जो आप लोग का चल रहा है अभी, मेन क्वेस्ट, ये वाला। ये अगर कंप्लीट हो जाएगा उसके बाद वो स्टार्ट होगा, इसका मतलब ये इसके बाद ही स्टार्ट होने वाला है। तो इसको कंप्लीट करते जल्दी से और देखते क्या करना है। लेट्स गो। बाकी आज मैं आज शायद 2-3 एक और स्ट्रीम करूँगा, और शायद चेस ही करूँगा रात में, या भी शायद पता नहीं इसी के बाद करूँगा, मुझे पता नहीं है। लेकिन आज मैं 2 स्ट्रीम तो किया ही किया मैंने आज, ये दूसरी स्ट्रीम है मेरी। इसके बाद देखते हैं कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं। बस मेरा पीसी चल जाए, ख़राब ना हो, क्योंकि अभी मैंने पानी साफ़ किया है और पता नहीं चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा। बाकी देखते हैं। पीसी में नहीं गया, कीबोर्ड में गया पानी, सॉरी।
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened.
हाँ चलो.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times.
अभी
We
मेन
mustn't
स्टोरी
act
चल रही है गाइस.
rashly.
अगर किसी को डाउट है कि क्या चल रहा है सब में
The Adepti have
मैं सिर्फ
Joyun
मेन
cars to
स्टोरी ही
find it
दिखाता
on
हूँ
the
पूरी.
move.
बाकी
Do
सब मैं
they
स्किप कर
intend to
देता हूँ.
exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing.
सॉरी गाइस.
They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo
थोड़ी
Archon.
देर के लिए मुझे
If the two sides come to
बंद करना
blows,
पड़ा.
Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing.
हाँ निंगवांग है
She
मेरे पास
proclaimed
एक.
that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us.
Don't let anyone
catch you off guard.
Okay.
Looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Is there anything can we do?
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
That ginger guy, you know, Mr. More money than sense.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But
कि
where
child
can
को
we
तो
find
फ्यूज
him
नहीं
now?
बुलाएगा.
Where would he go at a time like this?
There's only one place he would go. चलो. Go to Golden House. ओ भाई काफी ऊपर साइड चला गया वो. कुछ है मुझे लग रहा है. एक बार ये देखेगा ये क्या है. इन्वेस्टिगेटर. ओके ये कुछ मतलब लेकिन साइन बहुत बड़ा है इसका. मतलब देख के लग रहा है कुछ मतलब है इस चीज़ का. लेकिन चलो ठीक है कोई बात नहीं. रास्ता यहीं से था. कुछ ज़्यादा ही कोने में नहीं घुस गया ये. वो गोल्डन हाउस. यहाँ मैं पहली बार आ रहा हूँ यार. या मैं यहाँ पे आ चुका हूँ. नहीं, यहाँ मैं पहली बार आ रहा हूँ, मुझे पक्का याद है। ये आया होता तो मुझे याद होता। यहाँ मैं पहली बार आ रहा हूँ। सच में बहुत गजब प्लेस है भाई ये। वो ओके, चलो शायद कोई फाइट वाइट करनी पड़ेगी।
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the
भाई
inside?
पैसा वैसा रखा है यहाँ
And
पे।
so full of Mora. This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora
If
go
it were
missing.
that easy, this place would have been imported so long.
Oh, so it's a trap. Tricky, tricky.
वही चीज।
Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet.
बहुत ज़्यादा।
Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia.
पहली बार आया हूँ मैं यहाँ पे।
Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is
Oh!
alright.
ओ ये ड्रैगन की रक्षा कर रहे हैं ये लोग। ओके आओ ड्रैगन को देखते हैं। ड्रैगन से लड़ना ना पड़े मेरे को बस। लड़ना पड़ेगा मुझे लग रहा है।
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
What? How did you find out it was here?
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort?
मतलब child
Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
what?
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and
मतलब यही
ice to
था
make her escape.
सबके पीछे।
She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle.
What the hell ये खेलेगा हम लोग के
Besides,
साथ?
you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
ओह इसी से लड़ना पड़ेगा। चाइल्ड ही था इन सबके पीछे। भाई
This
साहब।
chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. You're wide open.
Attaboy! Oni coming through!
Cowering already?
Let's roll!
Get prepared to be blown away!
Not bad, not bad.
Rain Cutter. Rain outlines your fate.
Do it like this!
Go, go, Barry!
Run all you like.
Attaboy!
ये तो कर नहीं रहा। वो
How unbecoming.
Let's roll!
No escape!
Go!
No, my sword. I let my guard down.
So quick to flee. You're wide open. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trick. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you.
what ये change हो गया?
That just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Who wants some of this? It's just a scratch, I swear!
All you do is run. I'll crush you.
वो एक सेकंड रुको यार, मेरा हाथ दर्द होने लगा। इतना तेज लड़ रहा है ये।
No use hiding back there. All you do is run.
Attaboy!
No, my sword.
You've got some skills.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
ओ भाई वो
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive.
वो चाइल्ड चेंज हो सकता है दो चीज
But
में।
that's about as far as you'll get.
ये करता है।
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected.
अबे यार उसके साथ भी वही चीज किया था उस ड्रैगन के साथ।
Gnosis now.
ओह उस ड्रैगन के साथ भी यही चीज हुआ था।
I see. Well, this is most unexpected.
क्या हुआ?
You beat me to it, didn't you?
मतलब वो चाइल्ड क्या अपडेट हो रहा है भाई? पानी से उसमें हो गया, उसमें से उसमें चेंज हो गया, क्या ही अपडेट हो रहा है चाइल्ड? ये कौन सा अपडेट है भाई इसके अंदर? ट्राजालिया
This is going to cost you!
क्या ही हो रहा है? फिर लड़ना पड़ेगा। अबे यार इतनी पावर नहीं है मेरे पास।
The gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Handing the gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
ओके एक सेकंड रुको, एक सेकंड रुक जा, खा लेंदे खा लेंदे खा लेंदे। What the hell यार? मुझे फोर्ट देखना पड़ेगा यार।
Let's roll. You want some of this? It's showtime. Go. Hey, I wasn't ready.
अबे ये बार बार मार रहा है।
Be gone!
कहाँ गया? तो क्या ही है यार इसको।
I'm not losing. It's all part of the plan.
Go, go, Barry!
Die here.
वो वो
I have taught you everything I know.
नहीं। वो भाई एक सेकंड नहीं नहीं नहीं, मैं हारना नहीं चाहता यार, प्लीज भाई। पॉइजन पॉइजन इंक्रीज ऑल पार्टी मेंबर रेस्ट 25% ऑफ 300। हाइड्रो पावर, पायरो पावर, कहाँ गया? बस इससे बचना है यार।
Attaboy. Okay, that one hurt.
Shit.
Let's roll.
Die here.
This is not
क्या हो रहा है यार? कैसे हराऊंगा मैं इसको?
Oh, coming through. Attaboy. Go. Hey, at least
Whoa.
I'm going down with style.
थोड़ा सा बचा, थोड़ी देर बचा रहा हूँ, थोड़ी देर तक बचा रहा हूँ। मैं रिवाइव कर लूँगा यार एक प्लेयर को। 90 गया मैं। रुक ही नहीं रहा यार ये। सत्तर। भाई जल्दी टाइम भी जल्दी जल्दी खत्म नहीं हो रहा है। थोड़ा सा ही बचा है, इसको मार दें। क्या ही हालत हो रही है। मुझे उसको ले लेना चाहिए था यार, ये एम्बर कुछ नहीं कर पा रही है। रोजारिया को ले लेना चाहिए था। 30 सेकंड बस, 30 सेकंड 30 सेकंड। Eat some food to restore your HP if you become। क्या यार, थोड़ा सा घूमा बस, तुरंत मार दिया। 1 सेकंड रुको यार। रोजारे को लो पहले, इसको हटाओ यार। एम्बर को क्यों मैं लिया हूँ पागल जैसे, ध्यान भी नहीं दिया मैं।
Make sure to keep up.
सॉरी, भूल भी रही है कि मेरे को ही लिया करो, भूला मत करो। रुक जो, अच्छा है एक बार पहले अपने आप को हील कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद आते हैं। इसमें डैमेज नहीं लेंगे ज़्यादा, जब पे लेंगे भाई। एक सेकंड रुक जाओ, मैं एक बार देख लेता हूँ। मुझे फूड की भी ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, और सबका वेपन देख लेता हूँ। इसका 40 है, इसका 40 है, इसका 40 है, इसका 40 है ना, ठीक है। किसी का भी कम ना हो लेवल्स भी देख लेता है एक बार, ताकि मारने लायक रहे ना। एक 126 226, सॉरी 26 205। इसमें अटैक बढ़ा दे क्या? बेस अटैक इसका कम है, अटैक काफ़ी कम है। क्रिटिकल रेट, अटैक, डिफेंस। ये ले लेते हैं, थोड़ा अटैक बढ़ेगा ना इसका। डिफेंस हट गया बस थोड़ा सा। डिफेंस ही हट गया भाई उसके ऊपर से। अटैक अटैक, ओके ये लेते हैं। डिफेंस ही हट गया इसके ऊपर से। द हेल ओके एक डिफेंस लेयर रहता है ना हाँ 37 हो गया अब देखिए विपन ठीक है लेट्स गो मैं बारबरा को सही कर सकता हूँ लेकिन जिंक भी सही है यार क्यूजीन शायद बोलते हैं इसको जिनचियो शायद जिंगचियो पता नहीं क्यों आई को चियो बोलते हैं ना ची ची तो जिनचियो पता नहीं क्या नाम है इसका यार
Wow!
ओके
This is the good.
इसको
You'll
जल्दी
get
जल्दी
less of enough for. This is
skip
where
करो।
all of Tavatsamora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like, oh, right, it's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick, we have to go.
ओके तो वापस स्टोरी स्टार्ट होगी जब मरना नहीं है जब मारना है
You've already fulfilled your
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself.
अरे यार पूरा
Now,
बोलेगा क्या भाई
you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although don't you think that trying to stopping
So you've been planning to take.
as one of the she will get that I'm not at the time for discussion and either way. The battle.
Battle? So
When instead of
भाई ये
confronting you
काफी
when
अपडेट
she
होता है
faces a
2-3
worthy
बार
but
अपडेट
as
हुआ
for
है
me.
we won't let what happened.
Oh, so you besides, you could never defeat me. Fighting talk, I love it.
ओके लेट्स गो
This chance is hard to come
पहले
by.
पानी वाला
So
ये
show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Cowering already?
Judgment! Wingblade!
Attaboy!
Yeah!
Not bad, not bad. Passable effort.
Shiver!
You've made some progress. Guess I should have taken your Good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Blown away!
Raging Tide!
Wingblade! Punishment!
Let's roll!
Judgment!
ओह अब भाई प्ले बहुत मार रहा था ना मेरे को प्ले क्या ही लड़ा भाई रोजारिया आ गई तो भाई एकदम
Your
फिट हो गया
swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
इसको skip करो.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
ये तो
You were
देख.
just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected.
Okay, infect नहीं कर पाएगा.
Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
मुझे लगा चाइल्ड मुझे मिलेगा एग्जैक्ट कैरेक्टर यूज करने के लिए, तो चाइल्ड यहाँ पे दुश्मनी निकल गया. यही है भाई. अब ये वाटर और बिजली का दोनों कॉम्बिनेशन हो गया.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
Okay, let's go.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
It's showtime!
Yeah!
Let's roll!
Rain outlines your fate.
Windblade!
Judgment.
Die here.
You can't run. Lights out.
Attaboy!
Yeah!
Let's roll!
अबे गया तू. चल 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 बच्चे.
Who wants some of this?
Judgment. Rain outlines your fate. You can't run.
Attaboy!
Prepare to be blown away! Huh. Shiver! Yeah!
Judgment.
Windblade!
मारूंगा तो इसी से भाई, क्योंकि इसकी इज्जत है सवाल है.
Die here.
ले.
Some you win, and some you lose.
चलो फाइनली.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt.
ओ ये सोच रहा था
Tell
कि
me,
हम लोग दुश्मन
how
हैं,
could
तो
that
ये लोग
be?
हमको मारने आता. ओ उल्टा कर रहा था भाई. Okay, because I am collecting the power of the 7 element.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Rex Lapis is still alive.
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of
ये
its deity,
दूसरा god है शायद ना.
do you think the cunning
क्योंकि पहला
Rex
god तो
Lapis
वो
would
था.
just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed
अरे ये
upon me as a
दुश्मन है,
harbinger by
विलन है कि नहीं?
Tsaritsa,
कभी अच्छी बातें बोल
breaking
रहा
the
है, कभी
subduing
बेकार
might of
बातें
the
बोल रहा है.
Geo-Archon spears
कभी
for a
विलन लग
time
रहा है,
should
कभी
be
विलन
no
नहीं लग रहा है.
obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
ओह, मौसम ही चेंज कर दिया. वो कोई आ रहा है, बड़ा, ज़्यादा ही बड़ा.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
ये एनिमी था एक तरह से. मुझे बार-बार कभी सही लग रहा है, कभी बेकार लग रहा है. ये एनिमी
He's
था.
already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
ओह, लिंगुएरा. अरे इसका वो कहाँ जा रहा है? भाई क्या है? वो लास्ट बॉस, इसको हराना है.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing?
जिया आ गया.
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chi scene. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Lilith? Just seeing this overlord of the vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without
कि सब आ
shaking.
गए हैं.
The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be
Teaching
too
भी आ
much
गई
for
है.
ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets
THANKU
any
भी आ
closer to
गई है.
Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that?
सारे एडप्टिस भी आ गए.
Now that's
मतलब सारे
scary.
एडप्टिस आ गए हैं.
So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here
Adepti,
be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Lilith. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
What the hell? समझ में नहीं आ रहा करना क्या. ओह ये गायब उतरी है. उसका पावर तो अच्छी है यार तब. यो भाई ये लोग भी आ गए.
Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
तो इन लोग से हम लोग लड़ेंगे. देख के तो लग रहा है.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
Okay.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Looks like
Ring cutter, know my sword!
Let's roll!
Be gone!
Bam! It's showtime!
This should be fun.
You can't run!
It isn't time for a break yet.
अबे जल्दी मर जा यार.
Body and mind. Judgment!
Let's roll! Shouldn't get careless.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar. Be careful not to get hit.
फिर आ गया
Their attacks are unrelenting.
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Attaboy!
Light. Judgment.
Yeah, the ancient god's attacking again! There are so many between two! We can't
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy!
Whoa!
From your body. It's like the time in Julian Cars!
अब मजा आएगा भाई.
Wow, it's Madam Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Yeah. Punishment. Yeah.
You can't run!
Looks like I went too far.
Windblade.
This quickly.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
Ooh.
We're going too fast!
कौन बचा है अब? कोई नहीं बचा हो तो गया.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little.
Bye,
Please
Kathy.
bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Prepare to be blown away.
Let's roll! It's showtime!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Attaboy! Odin coming through!
I can no longer hold back. Huh? Witness the power of Guwa. Rain outlines your fate.
Let's roll!
Yeah! Punishment! You can't run! Be gone! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
Windblade! Prepare to be blown away!
हो गया. Oh.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
क्या ओपन कर दिया? Yo!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend.
What?
Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
फ्यूचर की बोल रही थी? वो मर गई वो? निंगुआ मर गई? क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance.
वो जिंदा तो है.
If the
तब तक के
Adepti
बोले तो
hadn't
फ्यूचर.
happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first,
ये
it was
दादी
only the
अम्मा भी
size
अडप्ट
of
आई है
a
भाई.
small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze
ओए
at him in
पीछे कुछ
silence
आया
until the moment I awoke.
Oh,
पीछे कोई
Ningguang.
नाव आई ना ये तो पहले से थे कि अभी आई है
Yet
अभी
another
थोड़ा
perspective.
हुआ था कुछ ग्लिच टाइप हुआ था
What are
अभी
you
इसमें
trying to say,
मुझे
Outlander?
लगा अभी आई है
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
What the hell?
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aw.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons. Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough.
समझ में नहीं आया मेरे को ये लोग क्या बात
And
करके गए
return
हैं
whence we came.
लेकिन मैं सुन लिया किस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं भाई
Since we
तुम्हारे पास
Adepti
पावर है
have
तुम लोग सुपर हीरो
consensus, then one shall persist no further.
एक जगह को बचाने का
But
तुम
how
लोग को
will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In
जिम्मेदारी
my
उठानी
view,
चाहिए यार कि
that is
बचाना
still a
चाहिए।
thing to be guarded against.
ये लोग तो बचाने के भी दूर भाग रहे हैं, पता
All
नहीं
right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
ओके। तब मुझे
Doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
ओके। मुझे सच में समझ में नहीं आया क्या बात की है ये लोग। गेम की कहानी थोड़ी बोरिंग है लेकिन कॉम्बैट सही है, मज़ा आता है खेलने में। स्टोरी कहीं कहीं मस्त लगती है, कहीं कहीं बेकार लगती है। बहुत स्लो है स्टोरी, बहुत ज़्यादा
Is there
स्लो है।
anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
चढ़ गई थी उसमें।
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't
ओ
take
भाई
it
ये
to
कौन
heart,
है?
child.
Signora,
Besides,
अच्छा।
aren't you happy that you got to
Signora.
skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before.
ओ ये वही
In the
है।
City of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
ओ इसके लिए काम कर रहा है ये दोनों काम कर रहे हैं।
I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat
वही
once I'm
सिग्नोर,
through
अरे
here.
यार ये तो वही है,
You remember the
मतलब इसके लिए
agreement,
काम कर रहा
Morax.
था और ये लोग आराम
Now,
से
if you would
काम
be
भी
so
कर रहे हैं, कोई
kind.
मार भी नहीं रहा इन लोग को,
The Gnosis, please.
क्योंकि हमारे अपडेट है कुछ मतलब ही नहीं, उनको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट चाहिए। अरे क्या मतलब समझ ही में नहीं आ रहे भाई। मतलब तुम्हारे पास सुपर हीरो भी है लेकिन सुपर हीरो किसी काम के नहीं, क्योंकि सुपर विलन ही जब तक कुछ करेंगे नहीं तब तक सुपर हीरो कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो। ये कौन सा मतलब हुआ यार, तुम्हारे सामने है प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं तो उनको रोकोगे भी नहीं। तुम्हारे ही शहर में आके तुम्हारी, अरे यार क्या बोले, एग्रीमेंट।
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
What
That which
contract?
thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
What? ये क्या है? ये तो ऐसे देख रही जैसे कभी देखी नहीं।
Sanctimonious.
So Zangling is actually Rex Lapis.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an
ओ यही
exciting
Rex
twist,
Lapis है।
Nova. Why give the
What the
Gnosis to
hell?
the Fatui?
ये मेरा सर
I do
घूमने
not
लगा।
give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come.
इसीलिए ये थोड़ा अजीब सा था कि इसको हर चीज़ पसंद थी, कहता था हर चीज़ ले लो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, इसको मतलब ये तो नहीं पता ना ड्रैगन को कहाँ पता है कि पैसा कैसे लेते हैं ये।
You finished your duties.
ये तो अपना
Go ahead and call
मतलब
it a
इसको जो
day.
पसंद आता है उठा लेता है।
I stood motionless
मुझे
among
तो
the
यही लग रहा है
crowds,
भाई।
asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
अरे यार।
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form.
मतलब ये अपने
Thank
काम
you for
अपने
joining me
पर्पस
on
के
this
लिए
journey,
मुझे
traveler.
मुझसे काम करवा
All
रहा
of
था.
these things turned out as I had planned. There was only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liu Qixing. I had expected them to do no— They seized the opportunity to supplant Liu as divine protectors.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such,
इसको तो मैं
this is
छोड़ूंगा
the
नहीं.
best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
यही शायद मेरे भाई को उठा ले गई
Hey,
थी.
what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for
पता नहीं यही
deceiving
थी कि
me?
कोई और था.
You've
पता नहीं.
practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Liu, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
we were both equally fooled.
Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liu. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Signora.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Okay. After dust, okay.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess?
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs...
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting,
I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could... There's only one real possibility and...
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Hear ye all! The Chi Sing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chi Sing's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Could the Chi Sing already... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now.
चलो मैं इसलिए स्किप कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि कहानी बहुत ज़्यादा बोरिंग है भाई, बहुत ज़्यादा। रुक जाओ, पूजा वूजा तो नहीं करनी ना? हाँ ठीक है।
Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching. Are they saying something?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
अब बोलेगी पाइमोन, पाइमोन मुंह खोलेगी।
Wow, could you help me put up some in-person posters?
क्या गजब बोली भाई। Finally बोली कुछ। Talk to the people taking parts in the rite.
Perhaps.
But it's well, that...
As for the
जालिंग वहाँ क्या कर रहा है? चलो भैया, ड्रैगन बनने का समय आ गया है।
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700? Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
अरे यार तेरे मेल।
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinyue kiosk.
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't
वही
used
चीज
to
मैं भी
not
बोला
being able to
भाई
just make more
कि उसको
Mora as and
उतना
when you
पता नहीं है
wanted
उसको उतना वो नहीं
to,
पता है
you
ना
had
कि
to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it. In the city of commerce, the Archon Morax.
ओके बंद करो यार
I will treasure the memories that I made as That is true.
ओके
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
वाह
Paimon thinks we've heard
इनाजुमा
that
कितना
one
नाम है
before.
भाई
Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are.
That's how
But starting from last year...
Vision hunted?
Yes, it was...
They want to seize Vision.
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun...
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts.
ओके
For her part, the Raiden Shogun
ओके
is the
ये
god of
मतलब की बात
eternity.
है तो अच्छा ये लोग जियो
It seems as though she has finally
जियो और
decided to
होते हैं ना तो
eliminate
इसलिए
any
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पे काम
unstable
करते हैं
elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm.
ओह okay from her part the Raiden shotgun is a god of eternity okay it seems as though that she has finally decided to eliminate any okay
The fact
समझ
that even
गया
I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond
ये
of
मतलब की बात
when
थी
proclaiming that decree to her people.
तो ऑर्गन जो गॉड है वो फ्रीडम है और जियो जियो वाला जो गॉड है वो है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट गॉड ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स वाह भाई
7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
कुछ नहीं
Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
ओके फाइनली ख़त्म हो गया ये इसका चैप्टर ख़त्म हो गया अब जॉयलिंग मरेगा कि नहीं मरेगा वो नहीं पता मेरे को लेकिन ये चैप्टर ख़त्म हुआ है मतलब जाएगा कि नहीं जाएगा ये नहीं पता मेरे को ये फाइनली ख़त्म हो गया अब मैं क्वेस्ट भी कर सकता हूँ सारे क्वेस्ट भी खुल गए ओके ओके आर्कन ख़त्म हो गया वही चीज़ ना वही चीज भाई खत्म हो गया। अब नया वर्ड क्वेस्ट आ गया ये। Catherine into the Mondstadt, okay. Talk to मैडम, ओके मैडम से बात करते हैं एक बार। ओके ये तो ख़त्म हो गया, ठीक है। देखते हैं और क्या हो सकता है और क्या करना है।
Ah, children, come, come.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The
Okay.
teapot that you entered previously.
So, in the
But that's enough nostalgia.
That's right!
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no. What's more, I doubt that. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. You would have to dig downward, but almost no one has been able to. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely. In any case, smaragdus jadeite, isn't it? Goodness knows if that.
Well, said.
Yes.
She.
Oh.
I'm back, Granny.
Okay.
Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yen Fei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chising. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more.
Okay.
I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address.
Okay,
Keep it
ये भी
handy.
एक अडप्ट आई है।
If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address.
अच्छा
Oh,
गॉड
and I
अडप्ट टाइम में
almost forgot
अंतर
to
नहीं है
mention,
ज़्यादा।
I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yen
अडप्ट टाइम
Fei,
तो से
all
अलाइज हो गए
right.
जो
Let's
गॉड
get
के
to
लिए
the
काम
business
करते
at
हैं।
hand. I do not
या
think
फिर
these
गॉड
two
के
are in
खिलाफ
any
पता नहीं
dire
यार,
need
मुझे
of
थोड़ा
legal
इसमें अजीब सा
assistance
लग रहा
at
है।
the
कहानी
moment.
इसकी अलग है
You'll have to
क्योंकि इसमें
excuse
गॉड को
Yen
ही मारना
Fei.
पड़ रहा है।
She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
पता नहीं यार, थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग है, लेकिन फिर भी थोड़ा थोड़ा समझेंगे।
Question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strict.
Is that so? But Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way?
I know, Granny, you've told me.
Oh, whoa. That's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering so I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you wanted...
Wow. Best we be...
ओके बहुत बात करते हैं यार ये लोग, सच में बहुत बात करते हैं। मैं भी थक गया एक तरह से।
Hello, Mr. Krusel.
Oh, good, very good.
You're too kind. I was...
Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Xiao. If you'd like to inspect them...
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because the contract makes... In return, I included a clause that
Guaranteed genuine?
Of course. This...
In that case...
Oh, of...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Krusel.
ओके, थैंक यू देने के लिए। मुझे ज़्यादा बात नहीं करनी बस। तो भाई हर बात पे तो ये लोग क्या है बे तेरे को? तो वही बच्ची है ना जो खो गई थी, मतलब जो भूत थी, ये वही बच्ची लग रही है। भाई कितने क्वेस्ट है भाई इसमें। ओ ये वाला है, ओके। टीपॉट लेना है तो टीपॉट ले लेते हैं। इसके अंदर अंदर से घुसेगा यार। What the hell? अंदर कैसे घुसूं?
Is this an answer from this world?
अरे यार रो यार, तुम काहे चढ़ जाती हो? इसके ऊपर है ना। हाँ ये रही।
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur? My associates and I are very
The hairpins. I don't know how it could... I spent so much money on them. We now have a backlog. A big banquet is... That's what the hairpins... But now that I've lost...
Why does Pine...
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean...
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help just true.
Right. I finished reading the. Furthermore, and given the rarity.
Even higher. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Jichao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of the.
कहानी बहुत बोरिंग है यार इसकी, लेकिन कुछ भी कहो बहुत लंबी है।
Except
एक
that
एक
if we
चीज
found the
समझाते हैं ये
hairpins,
लोग।
they're no longer.
Please. Please, Don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the con. However much it is, now that it's come to the.
Yes, legally. So hold on a moment.
What did I feel? My family has seen.
Smooth. No, it's nothing.
Okay. Discuss situation with course. ओ भाई घुमाओ तुम लोग घुमाओ, हम कुछ नहीं करोगे।
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss...
Okay, lost the hairpin to... Okay.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yan...
No problem. But before it was in fact
Of course.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market...
पैसा ही देना है ना, दे देंगे यार, इतना
Looks
क्या
like I'll have to find some...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk and...
Okay. करो बात भाई, बैठ के बात करो। कहाँ बैठने चले गए यार ये लोग? कितना दूर बतियाने चले।
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with... Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still...
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave.
Sabut.
And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus After that, he would simply insist that meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that...
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like...
Well then, since you're so...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr...
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? It feels like, yeah.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Anywhere commissioned, but not bound by a...
I understand.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well.
हर चीज contract पे करते हैं ये
And I'll
लोग।
also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again,
इसके बाद मैं
let's not
रिकॉर्डिंग
dwell
करने
on
वाला हूँ
this.
भाई मेरा ये दिमाग
Let's go
खा गया है
to
कि जल्दी ये वाला खत्म हो मुझे पॉट मिले उसके बाद मैं
I've
जा
got
रहा हूँ
it.
भाई
Let's pay a visit to
रिकॉर्डिंग करने
Shito, the boss of the Jade Mystery.
बहुत बात
He's a
करते हैं यार ये लोग
If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked.
Why, hello there, honored customers.
No, nothing of this.
There's no. That was the first. He was quite why, yeah.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look.
चलो दिखा
Try your luck betting on Jade?
look at the Deberis अरे यही तो था तो ये
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy.
Is that so? So, did you find anything?
no
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards?
There's nothing special to it. If these two stones act, there may be only a and I'm.
All right, let's.
But never mind.
Unusual actions.
ओके हम लोग को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिल चुका है अच्छा खासा ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के हिसाब से काम कर रहे
Miss
हैं
Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire?
If you could just confirm for me.
Yes.
Then I have no.
Of course.
Oh, I have my. This document shows.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's been.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he.
On the contrary, if you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singsi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How can you know so many people?
Sin Sing
Because lots